Malawi Congress Party Secretary General Richard Chimwendo Banda has reaffirmed the MCP-led government's commitment to continued implementation of various infrastructure development projects across the country. Speaking during a political rally held in Lilongwe, Banda said the government will continue implementing projects regardless of where the projects will be executed. He also revealed that government has intensified efforts to cushion Malawians who have been affected by hunger. Banda explains.
I've assured the people of Ngona that Dr. Chakwera is ready to continue what he's doing, infrastructure across the country. Without segregation, Dr. Chakwera is implementing infrastructure development across the country, from Ushanje to Chitipa. Talk about railways, talk about roads, talk about bridges. He's doing it. Construction of modern facilities like Nzuzu University, and indeed beginning to construct Mombela University. That's the work of Dr. Chakwera. On hunger, Chakwera is bringing mega farms. He's making sure the message is very clear that one bag of fertilizer is not enough. We must start growing maize for commercial purposes, and then we end hunger in the country.
Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Centre Alfred Gia expressed concern over the tendency of some constituents who vandalize development projects in the area.
You know, it's all about telling and informing the grassroots here at Ngona and surrounding areas that there are quite a number of development projects that are currently underway and some that have completed thus far. Now, for some of the projects that we've completed, people are not owning the projects. For instance, there is a bridge that connects Ngona and the Area 27. Others, they call it Roberts. And when you see what they did at the bridge, ransacked it and damaged it just because they wanted to get some metals from it so that they could sell. This is inhuman because the bridge is saving quite a lot of people, including those who damaged the bridge.
Former President and Democratic Progressive Party leader Peter Mutharika has lashed out on some political parties for allegedly abusing Longwe chiefs in their rallies. Mutharika was speaking during this year's Mulako Alomwe event at Jonde in Mulanje district. Previously, Homeland Security Minister Kenzi Karingoma forced some chiefs in Palombe at an MCP political rally to sing in praise of President Lazarus Chakwera, saying he has powers to elevate and fire chiefs. Isaac Salima has more.
It is now the 17th year since the Longwes under Mulako Alomwe started holding the event. The place was the usual headquarters at Jonde in Mulanje. The headquarters was filled to capacity with people pouring in from all corners of the country, with others taking advantage of the gathering to sell various items including herbal concoctions while enjoying traditional dances and local food. Guest of honor at the event, Peter Mutharika, who is also the group's patron, took advantage of the event to speak against ills in the country. Mutharika also said that other people working in government continue being victimized for being Lomwes. Mutharika also spoke against the tendency of some authorities in the country who he said force chiefs to sing in political parties, threatening that they will fire them if they do not do that.
What I have said is not only affecting Lomwes, but people in other regions as well. There is too much victimization and tribalism in the country. Let us all unite because we are all one.
Paramount Chief Kaduya, who spoke through a representative, said people are facing so many social and economic challenges in the country, including hunger, saying because of poor leadership. Representatives of some political parties were also present at the event. This year's gathering was budgeted at 180 million kwacha. Former President Lady Bingu wa Mutharika established the grouping in 2007.
Authorities in Machinga district say the district has recorded remarkable progress in reducing child marriages and teen pregnancies since 2021. Child Protection Officer Vincent Matiki says there is a significant drop in child marriage cases from 90% to 3%. Senior Chief Mlomba area alone. He attributes this rise to the USAID-funded social transformation for ending child marriages. From Machinga, Blessings Tambala has forwarded this report.
Speaking during a 2-day media tour in the areas of TMZ Gardens and Mlomba and Machinga, Child Protection Officer for Senior Chief Mlomba area, Vincent Matiki, described the social transformation for ending child marriages initiative as a game changer in promoting education in the district, as they have rescued a lot of children from child marriages.
Here at the Senior Chief Mlomba, we have got several community stakeholders whom they do work together in terms of collaboration. In so doing, they do contribute something by the end of the month, which do assist those needy students to proceed their education.
Dazona, now 16 years, was married at the age of 14, but thanks to the project she was rescued and is now in standard 8.
I was married and I was ill-treated. After the youth response team visited me, I was invited to return to school. School is going on well. I'm encouraged and supported with school materials too.
Mary, who faced a similar challenge, got pregnant when she was about to sit for her JACE exams, returned to school and is thriving in Form 4. Youth Response for Social Change trained youth clubs, mother groups and other concerned parties to support survivors through irrigation farming, bakery and production of reusable sanitary pads. Aubrey Banda, chairperson of Jimvege Youth Hub, leads irrigation farming efforts in Sub-Traditional Authority Lamson's area and explains how farming is helping them support survivors.
Anaja kama kuti akusiya skulu kumakalowa mbanja amakhala kuti ali ndi zifukwa zimene akuchokera ku skulu. Nde zambiri tikafufuza timapeza kunena kuti umphawi ndi umene ukumapangisa anaja kuti azikalowa mbanja sanakule. Tikachosa kumabanja kuja ndikuti abwerere ku skulu tapase thandizo loyenera kuti azikathandizika mwina monga makope zolembera komanso school uniform. Nde tinaona kuti njira yabwino kwambiri yopezera zinthu ngati zimene zizi ndi ulimi.
Meanwhile, programs manager Preske Nani has expressed satisfaction with the positive community response, noting over 320 child marriages have been nullified since 2021.
From when we started in 2021 up to date 2024, with the help of our stakeholders, we have managed to nullify 320 marriages across the 6 TAs that I mentioned. Out of this, only 21 have elapsed, of which others, about 65 have enrolled in vocational skills, and the remaining over 280 they are back in school.
The Social Transformation for Ending Child Marriages project is being implemented by a consortium of organizations, including Youth and Response for Social Change, the Forum for Youth Development, and Nayuchi AIDS Network, and is implemented in 6 TAs in Machinga.
A group of well-meaning Malawians has launched a new initiative called Patriots, aimed at tackling critical shortages in the country's health sector. Board chairperson for the initiative, Kamuzu Chwambo, says the non-profit and apolitical organization seeks to complement essential medical services in rural and undeserved communities. Loweren Impasa has a report.
Chwambo said the initiative comes at a crucial time for Malawi's health sector, as many health facilities continue to struggle with significant underfunding.
With our collaboration with Smiling Surgeons, as I said, is our sister organization, which is in the USA. We have secured medical equipment and supplies worth $30 million. And we are talking about 50 containers, 40 food containers, filled with life-saving equipment and supplies, and all these are going to districts from Unsanje to Chitipa. So every district hospital, every central hospital is receiving this equipment and supplies, which is a big thing. What it means is that funds which should have been dedicated to buy the medical equipment and supplies we're talking about now, those funds now, they can be redirected by government to other needy areas.
In addition to medical supplies, the group donated a school bus to the Department of Oral Health Sciences at Kamuzu University of Health Sciences, KUHES. Dr. James Nchenga, acting head of the Department of Oral Sciences under KUHES, commended the Patriots initiative, noting the important role the donation will play in improving dental health in underserved areas.
As a school of dentistry where we train dentists, it is important that, number one, we not only train our students in the theoretical aspect, but also in the practical aspect. And in that regard, we are going to be using this bus to take the students to the community and serve them there.
The initiative, spearheaded by a team of health professionals and community leaders, aims to provide practical solutions to challenges facing healthcare delivery across the country.
You're watching Times News, and we'll be back after this break.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
To report, Esna Tembo takes us to Jinsapo in Lilongwe, where the community is combating child labor and ensuring that children enjoy their right to education. To achieve the goal, the community has devised a way of stopping the children from selling things or loitering around markets to ensure they are in school. Kathy Mauridi is reading the report.
The women report the children to a community forum group that was formed to ensure that all children in the area go to school. The group members get the children, confiscate their goods, and take them to school. That is how the community at Jinsapo is ensuring that the right to education is enjoyed by every child. The chairperson of the community forum group, Ibrahim Muhammad, says the forum was formed with the help of the National Police Headquarters at Area 30 and Area 3 and the village headman, after noting that many children were not going to school and instead spent time at the market doing small businesses and watching video shows. The meeting between the police and the community empowered the forum to ensure that no child under 18 years of age is found at the market between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. A member of the forum, Frank Chester, says some members of the community are to blame because while they send their children to good schools, they employ other children to do small businesses for them. Chester says such well-to-do people are not easy to approach to release such children. In that case, he says the forum involves the police for an intervention.
My worry is that there are some well-to-do people who have their children in good schools but keeps employing other people's children to do their businesses for them. This is very bad because we lack the powers to confront such kind of people. Therefore, we need police intervention.
Jinsapo Market Chairperson Pipe Black is proud of the forum for achieving the goal.
I am very glad with what our community forum group is doing, because back then we used to have a lot of children wandering around the market, but now there are only a few children in the market. I would urge other communities to follow what we are doing here at Jinsapo.
The Malawi Police Service says it is proud to work with the community at Jinsapo. Lilongwe Police Station spokesperson Hastings Chigalu urges other communities to emulate the good example from Chinsapo.
There's an enforcement of children to go to school. We don't want children to be loitering around the markets or being in video showrooms when their fellow counterparts are attending classes, mostly in the morning hours. So we initiated the program, and we invited most stakeholders, mostly the market vendors, the people who conduct the video showrooms, and the other people in the villages. But in fact, we started with the Chugulizano. So after people from Chinsapo, so that the other colleagues from Chugulizano are enjoying the fruits of enforcement, because it's a combination of police, the forums, and the other people in the community. So they also wanted us to at least engage them to do the same at Chinsapo. So we are receiving good feedback from the parents.
Civil Society Education Coalition CSEC commends the Chinsapo community for its proactive initiative to ensure that education rights for the children are safeguarded. CSEC Executive Director Benedicto Kondowe says by getting the children back to school, the community is also fighting against child labor. However, he cautions that such interventions should be done without stigmatizing the children or families.
This shows that the community values the importance of education. That said, I think it will also be important that this is done cautiously to avoid stigma that may be impacted on the students and their parents. But moving forward, we also need to look at other underlying causes that drive, the children into absconding classes in favor of selling products during school days, and the major driver being poverty. So we need to look into economic empowerment for the households so that learners are empowered and commit themselves in the education pursuit.
A child rights activist, Jennifer Mkandawire, says even though the parents and guardians are subjected to poverty, a child is supposed to go to school. Mkandawire argues that the Constitution of Malawi demands that every child should attain education and that sending children to do business disturbs the right to education. The Ministry of Gender, Community Development and Social Welfare has the mandate to take care of the children's rights in Malawi. Acting Director of the Child Affairs in the country, Justin Hamera, is excited to hear that the community at Chinsapo has interest in children affairs by getting them from the street to school. Malawi needs educated citizens for sound socioeconomic development.
Soldiers from the Malawi Defense Force have engaged in a clean-up exercise at the Rainbow Clinic premises of Nzuzu Central Hospital. This is part of their preparations for a peacekeeping mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The soldiers currently undergoing pre-deployment training for Mabat 16 Force Intervention Brigade 12, held from various MDF units across the country. For more, here is Patience Lunda.
In an interview, MDF Civil Military Cooperation Officer for Mabat 16 FIB 12, Lieutenant Tiamike Yotamu, said such activities are integral to fostering strong relationships with civilians in conflict zones. Yotamu added that before undertaking such activities, they engage key leaders, which identify areas that need assistance.
Our mandate, once we deploy, is the protection of civilians. So that relationship basically, first of all, needs to be there and it needs to be strong. And the people that are vulnerable to attacks, let's say from enemies or illegal armed groups in such scenarios, are the civilians. So those are also the people that will help us locate maybe potential illegal armed group positions, as well as the people who are perpetrating those activities against civilians.
The soldiers plan to undertake similar initiatives at other places in the northern region. Mzu Central Hospital spokesperson Arnold Kaira welcomed the soldiers' involvement, noting that the area they chose for the cleanup is often overlooked, as hospital staff mostly focus on maintaining the main premises.
It's very important, and the place that they are working in is a place that the people that we have on contract, they don't concentrate, because there are places that we demarcated for them. So it means this place remains bushy most of the time. So them coming in, it means helping to make this ground clear, and also it could have been maybe the hideout for thieves, but now they are coming, it means this place will be more visible.
The 761 soldiers in the Marbad 16 FIB-12 began their pre-deployment training on July 21st, 2023, and are scheduled to depart for the DRC between January and March 2024.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. MCP-led government commits to continued development projects. DPP President Peter Mutharika speaks against abusing Lomwe chiefs during political party rallies. In other news, Habitat Humanity decries poor housing conditions of most Malawians. You have been with me, Yanko Sunda.